to test. Now, if this was a particular CPU that did not have integrated graphics, this is one of those CPUs. You will also need your graphics card in before it will display anything on an external screen. So this CPU does not have integrated graphics, so we will require a graphics card. So we get our graphics card. Now, sometimes you may have a graphics card that have a 6-pin or an 8-pin power supply that are required. This one, however, is just powered off the PCI Express on the board and requires no further power. So, just like the RAM, just like the CPU, there is only one way it will go. You'll see here that this is the bottom, this is the top, and these are the fins that need to go into the motherboard on the bottom. So we line it up, and you'll have a clip here at the end. Sometimes it has a lever, this one has a clip that will latch in and that will lock on. Bit of a noisy motorbike there. That will lock on, so we'll push it down, and then that clip will come up, and now our graphics card is now in place. So we now have a CPU, we now have some RAM, we now have a graphics card. So the last thing that we're going to need to test that this particular board works is we're going to need power. So we have a power supply here, and quite a big one, but you'll see the main things on the power supply that are needed. This is the 24-pin for the motherboard. This goes over here, and then it will need a 4-pin or 8-pin auxiliary power, which is this one here, which goes over here. Now, just make sure you do not confuse the PCI Express. So these power supplies, they are usually marked PCIe. It may have a 6-pin with another 2. That is going to be for the graphics card. This is not used, so if it was a graphics card that had required an additional power, that would use this. So this does not go in here, does not go in here. So we'll use the 8-pin in this instance. Sometimes it only has 4, in which these will split in half so that you can have 2. So if the motherboard only had 4 pins that was required, it would split in half. You'd only use 4. However, this motherboard does require 8, so we'll put it together. Now, in the event that you had a 4-pin power supply but 8-pin on the motherboard, it would still accept the 4-pin. It just wouldn't give it as much power as what it possibly could need, but it will still work. So a 4-pin power supply will still work on an 8-pin motherboard, and if it has 8-pin on the power supply but only 4-pin on the board, you can cut these in half. So we'll just insert now. The way it clips in, you'll see there's a clip there, and you'll see that there's a clip on this side, or where the clip goes into on the power socket. So we put that down. It only goes one way. You'll feel that it will, so they are different shapes here, so they will only fit one way. So put it down and then lock, and then that arm on the other side will jump down and we'll lock that in place. So now we require our 24-pin. Same thing, it has only one way that the shapes, you see they're all different shapes, so it will only fit one way on here. And you'll see also that there's that clip which will only go on one side of the socket. So make sure you line up the right side and put it in. Just line it up and push it down. So now we have our CPU in, we have the memory in, we have a graphics card in, we have the power supply in. So now we need to hook up a screen to our graphics card to be able to display if it's working or not. So this particular graphics card takes HDMI, and VGA. So we'll get a HDMI cable from one of our test screens that we have here. So HDMI, so here's a HDMI cable, and we'll go into the HDMI on the back of the graphics card. And in it goes. Might just move that power supply a bit so that those cables aren't sticking down. Alright, so again, just recap, we're building our own computer, but we are building it externally first so that we know that the system works. This is better than building, even if it's a brand new motherboard and brand new CPU, brand new RAM and so forth, it's only just been purchased. There's no guarantee that all of those components do work. There's also no guarantee that you plug them in correctly, incorrectly. So in the event that it is a faulty motherboard, in worst case scenario, you build an entire computer inside the case first, only to go and fire it up for the first time and have it not work. Then your whole hour or 2 hours that it's taken you to build that is now been a waste of time, because you'll have to pull it all back out again and troubleshoot to work out what it is that is faulty. And if it's a motherboard, the whole lot will have to come out and the motherboard will have to go back and another one will need to be purchased. So it's much safer to build it first outside of the case, much easier to troubleshoot, and much easier if there is a faulty component to be able to remove that faulty component and take it back to the original place of purchase. So now we will plug the power into the power supply. Just note, with the power supplies, there may be a switch on the back of the power supply like so. Have it in the off position to begin with while you plug in the external power. It's quite a busy desk I've got going on here. You might want to clean up your own desk before you do this. So we plug the power in. You can hear that little click that was made. So that was the power from the wall going into it. Now from there we'll put it into the on position, and we now know that that has power. Now onto the motherboard. Because there is no case for us to be able to just press a power button, we need to be able to turn the motherboard on. The way we do that is by getting a screwdriver like so, and then from there on the board you will see that there is two red, or usually the first two pins is the power LED lights. The next one will be the power switch for on off. We just simply touch that and then make sure that nothing's touching the fan. And then we should see in a second, we should see that post on our screen, which we do. So we now know that this computer, the motherboard is working, the CPU is working, the RAM is working, the graphics card is working, and we now know that this system is ready now to be built into a case.